In this video on developing Tableau's missing pieces, I am going to walk through a process I recently wrote to address the shortcomings of Tableau's suspended task notifications. For those of you that are not familiar with the native functionality the Tableau Server and Tableau Cloud products offer, allow me to briefly explain how it works. By default, extract refresh, flow, and subscription tasks are suspended after 5 consecutive failures. A task suspension triggers an email to the task owner notifying them of the failure. For the task to run again, the owner must navigate to the task on the server and resume it, ideally after remedying the existing issue flagged in the job log. This process sounds great, and it is, if the user responds to the email notification by taking the necessary action. However, from my experience, that is not generally the case. The main issue with the existing functionality is that the email notification is only sent once, and there's no native way to configure follow-up emails. This exposes your organization to an unnecessary risk of data becoming stale, or users not receiving their regularly scheduled subscriptions via email. Why doesn't Tableau send follow-up emails for those suspended tasks? Your guess is as good as mine, but not to worry, I'm going to demonstrate one way to fill in that missing piece. Using Tableau's REST API, you can fetch the tasks that are currently suspended. With that information, you can then automate the process of sending a follow-up email with the necessary details to the task owners at a desired frequency. On screen is a Streamlit application I developed for the purposes of this demonstration that allows a user to fetch these suspended tasks and subsequently send a nicely formatted email to the task owners. Realistically, you don't need a user interface for this type of process, especially when it is likely to sit on a server and be scheduled to run at some frequency. However, I felt it useful for explaining how my process works. To experience the magic, I just need to populate my authentication details and click Fetch Suspended Tasks. I'll do that now. At this very moment, a request has been kicked off to fetch these suspended tasks on my Tableau Cloud instance and display those in nicely formatted tables. On screen are my Tableau Cloud instance's suspended tasks displayed across individual tabs based on task type. There is one extract refresh and 2 flow tasks that require attention. Within each tab are the necessary details to be included in the follow-up email. Having fetched the details of each suspended task, I can now send the email reminder to the task owners. As indicated on screen, the email reminders have been sent successfully. Let's take a look at the email that was generated. As you can see, the process generated a nicely formatted email with a layout roughly identical to that displayed on the application's user interface. With this process, you can continue to remind task owners of their suspended tasks at whatever frequency you desire until they take the necessary action. If you have enjoyed this demonstration and believe this functionality could be useful for your team or organization and would like the underlying code, you can find the entire app on my GitHub under the Suspended Tasks folder. If you end up deploying my app or an enhanced version of it, I'd love to hear about your experience and how automating this process has positively impacted your team or organization. Thank you for joining me for a demonstration of my Suspended Tasks reminder process. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for notifications of new videos. And if you are feeling generous, give my GitHub repo a star. I'll see you in the next one.